Hi guys, this is the instructor from BB Driving School and thanks for watching my videos. Today I'm doing some series about Drive Safe campaign, and these series are very educative, and I would like you to share my page, subscribe to my page, and hit the notification bell so that anytime I drop new video, you get to see and watch and share to your friends. Today being the maiden edition, I'm starting with a driver's attitude. And driver's attitude matters because your position or your state of mind behind the steering wheel will make you a defensive driver or a bad driver. So kindly stay tuned and watch to the end. But before I'll start, we need to know who a driver is. So who is a driver? To a layman, a driver is a person who drives or operates a vehicle. That's a layman definition. But for safety purposes and you driving safe on the road, I will explain a driver as a person who drives or operates a vehicle and has been issued with a driver's license. Two, understands the road signs and the road traffic law regarding driving. So driving is not just mechanically operating the car, but also understanding the driving terminologies, the road signs, the laws govern driving, and also acquired a driver's license from DVLE. That is who a driver is. For the sake of this topic, but the most important thing about you as a driver is your attitude. So if your attitude is bad, automatically your driving tax or your driving will become bad. Being impatient, rude, and careless will put other road users into danger. So when you are driving carelessly, when you are rude and you are impatient, will put the occupants, those in your car, the passengers, or the people around you, or the road users into danger. So you need to work on your attitude. But before I'll talk about driver's attitude, let me gist you about the three types of driving behaviors that drivers demonstrate when they are driving. So one is aggressive driving behavior. Two is reckless driving behavior. Then three, defensive driving behavior. So I'm going to take them one by one and just give you a small information about them. But note, when you go to a driving school will break this behavior down for you to understand them. So I encourage you to, if you want to learn how to drive, to go to a driving school. Don't let any ordinary person teach you how to drive, like washing bay driver, your company driver, or your husband. They are good, but they cannot break it down, and they don't use the technical, the terminologies, the simple tips that make driving so easy. So I encourage you to enroll with a good driving school. So let me tell you about, now we have the aggressive driving behavior. So the aggressive driving behavior is driving in a combative, forceful, or competitive manner, being speeding, tailgating, frequent lane changing without signaling. Deɛ me pɛsɛ mekyerɛ sɛ obi kɛkɛ sɛ obi yɛ aggressive a baabi a ɛnwɔ sɛ owura korɔ pɛ sɛ owura traffic no asɔ yellow ɛnam sɛ wɔ sɛ ogyina no ɔforce ne way out sɛ ɔbɛmɛmɛgya na wapa yellow light no. That person is aggressive driver. Aggressive driver ebi a ɔpɛ sɛ ɔyɛ overtaking, but gap na ɛda ne mfimfini no ɛnhyɛ da ɛnso nti ɔpɛ sɛ ɔtia so na ɔpa no kɔhyɛ mu. That person is aggressive driver because now you know ɔpɛ sɛ ɔforce ne ho akɔhyɛ mu. Aggressive driver say obi apa ho still so pɛ sɛ ɔpa no ho ayɛ sɛ mokɔ racing. You are aggressive driver. And you normally see this act or this behavior from almost sprinter drivers. They like driving in an aggressive way, and this act we must all desist from it. Some private drivers also do, but it's not a good behavior. So we should all change. And the other driving behavior is a reckless driving behavior. So reckless driving behavior. Reckless driving behavior is showing lack of care about the dangers, disregarding the safety of other road users. Just say I don't know no. Unkwa na odwe ho. Amanfo wo omote oka mu de hu hia ho. Amanfo omo nante wo road na mu hu hia. So who demonstrates, or which category of drivers demonstrates reckless driver? Especially almost the commercial, majority of the commercial drivers drive carelessly. They always think about themselves instead of them to think about the people in the car. They always thinking about themselves, especially when doing Christmas festives. They want to reach their destination very fast and drop the people and come back so that they get more money. Even when they are climbing a speed ramp, instead of them to take their time, they will not take their time. So those that they are sitting at the back, they will go up and they will move from the seat and go up and bounce back to the seat. These are all attitude of reckless driving. There's a traffic congestion. Instead of them to wait and follow the queue, they will overtake the queue and be using the stretch, that's the shoulder of the road, and drive. And this behavior is not good. So during these teachings, we will be condemning these behaviors. So if you are there doing these things when there's a traffic congestion, instead of you to follow the queue, you want to maneuver your way out and pass through where pedestrians are walking. This attitude must stop. The next behavior that I want to talk about is defensive driving behavior. And this is a good driving behavior that all drivers must comply and behave so that at the end we will all stay safe and alive. So defensive driving behavior. Defensive driving behavior is a driving behavior that drives to save life, time, and money in spite of the condition around you and the action of other road users. So this one, they take their time in doing everything. Assuming that the traffic is yellow. Yellow means get ready to stop. But in Ghana, yellow means speed more or fire more. It's wrong. You see a traffic has changed to yellow. Instead of you to reduce speed and stop, they rather fire more and bypass the yellow. We are doing this, you're not a defensive driver, but a good defensive driver, when he sees that the traffic light has been green for a long period of time, when he or she is approaching traffic light, he reduces the speed so that when it changes to yellow, that driver will stop. A defensive driver drive according to the law, the traffic law the country has provided that we should all drive. A defensive driving follows simple instructions laid down by all the driving institutions. So some of the examples that a good defensive, or some of the traces that a good defensive driver follows. 1, they make effective safety and legal choices to create safe, stress-free driving conditions by using common sense, courtesy, and cooperation. A good defensive driver, when he sees a new driver who is using P plates or L plates, they will give more room to the applicant or to the driver so that he or she can do the basic driving ethics that they've been taught at the driving school, so that they will not put pressure. But people that are not defensive driver, when they see learner or they see a new driver, this is when they will blow horns to the driver so that the driver becomes frustrated. Please, when you see any driver or a car who has displayed L plate or P plate, L means the person is a learner. P plate means the person is a new driver who is driving alone. Please, when you are following such drivers or such car, give them more room so that they can practice or exhibit what they are being taught. But when you blow horns on them, they become frustrated and they do a lot of mistakes or they scratch other people's car. Please, we should all learn. Defensive driver is a driver who obey speed limits. You are approaching a speed limit or you are approaching a township. The law says that anytime you are approaching a town, you have to drop your speed limit below 50 kilometers per hour. But a driver with a bad behavior will even go more than that. The law says that if you are driving at a residential area, you have to drive less than 30 kilometers per hour. Then you are driving more. Residential, like Market Circle, like Anaji Township, then you are driving 40, you are driving 50. You have potential hazard. If you are driving on a highway, the maximum speed on a highway is 80 kilometers per hour. People will be going 120, especially the sprinters. Then they are going more than that. Please, if you don't care for yourself, please care about those that they are in your car and the road users that they are using the road. Please share this video to your friends, your loved ones. Let them watch and let's all help Ghana so that we can all live and stay safe because our family need us. Let me continue by sharing with you some of the good characteristics of a defensive driver. One, a defensive driver is knowledgeable about the driving, the law about driving. So a good defensive driver drive with being abrasive with the road traffic law in the country. So a good defensive driver knows the law about driving and he practices the law too. A good defensive driver is always alert when driving. Ono aneni nkom wafi neni so that he can spot hazard, and when he spot hazard, he know what to do to maneuver his way out. So a good defensive driver is always alert when driving. You see people, they are tired and they are still driving. When you are tired, the law says when you are tired, don't drive. The third point, judgment. A good defensive driver do not make risky or necessary maneuver such as beating red lights. How can the traffic light is on red, then you want to beat it? And they always think safety first. So a good defensive driver always think safety first. So anytime you are making any maneuver, think safety. Ask yourself that this maneuvering, that am I safe? Is the incoming car safe? Are the environment safe? That's the first thing that you have to ask yourself. If these are yes, then you make your move. Note, there's even a law that says that, or there's a law in driving, that's MSM, that's mirror signal maneuver. Before you overtake, you need to watch your mirror to see that if your back is clear. Two, if your back is clear and there's no car overtaking you that want to overtake the lead car, you show your navigator or your indicator or your signal. Then later you maneuver. And before, when you maneuver and want to come in front of the lead car, you need to watch your mirror, the passenger side mirror, to see that if you can see all the front view of the car that you overtake. If you can see, so that the gap is safe, then you go back to your lane. But people don't check, especially the sprinters. They don't even check their mirror, then they make a move. Please, let's all desist from this act. It's not helping us. And last week, I learned some accidents happen, and almost 21 people are dead. Why? It's because we don't take this simple thing into practice. Let's all change. Okay, let me go to the next point. That's anticipation. A defensive driver should always able to anticipate what may and may not happen, and being able to take action to avoid or to minimize the problem. So as a good driver, you want to anticipate what is ahead of you. Especially when you are driving, a commercial driver, and you are driving, sometimes you know the route. You can predict that at this place, there's traffic congestion always. Example, if you are in Takoradi, then you are driving, then you reach Pipeano. And let's say you check your time, it's 2:30. You know that 2:30 in Ghana, most government school, that's the time that you close and you're heading towards school junction. What must come in your head? You have to reduce your speed. But you see people driving there, then when they go, they don't, if you are not lucky, you hit the school children. Please, you need to anticipate and know what's ahead of you. You are driving, you know that there's a police barrier ahead. You need to turn your speed down. You are driving, you know that you are entering into a community. You need to anticipate and know that you are entering into a community. So you need to drop your speed down. Please, let's all check this thing and it will help. The next point is the skills. The skills in driving. People prefer doing the informal way of learning how to drive in Ghana, and I don't get it. It's wrong. Don't go the informal way. Go the formal way. The law says that if you want to learn how to drive, go to an accredited driving school. And if you are going to the school, don't just check, just get by referral. Go to the school, go to their website, read more. Ask your friend, go to the net and search the history about the school. And if you want the best driving school to go in Western region, it's best of the best driving consults. We are the best. We use the international accepted standard. We use modern cars to teach our students. And if you are lucky, you have a feel of how to drive a 4x4 instead of using a small car. So please, get a good skill. Don't let anyone teach you how to drive. That was those days. Now things are changing. Let's say you just take a lame person to teach how to drive. The person will not teach you the common sense in driving, the law in driving, the technologies in driving. And if it happens, so when you go to the valley to process your license, being able to pass your computer exams becomes a problem. But when you go to accredited driving school, the driving school will teach you the 18 lessons theoretical class. They will teach you. And they'll break the terms down for you to understand. So when you go to DVLA to write your computer exams, you pass with ease. And with best of the best, when you go to DVLA, you can ask. Our records are there. Majority of our students pass their test. So please, if you want to learn how to drive, go to accredited driving school. Don't let anyone teach you how to drive. The skills is important. Because if you don't get good people to teach you, let's say you get an aggressive driver to teach you how to drive, automatically you become a crazy driver because he cannot give you what he doesn't know. What he knows that he give you, or what he knows that he will train you with. So please, if you want to learn how to drive, go to accredited driving school, and it will help. Thank you. Now let's go into the driver's attitude itself. Upon the skills you've acquired, upon the law that the country has set, upon the new innovations that it is coming, your attitude is what determines how the knowledge and the skill the driver has acquired will be put into practice. Driving school can do its best. The law, the country can lay down rules governing driving, but it's your attitude that will show if those things that you've learned or you know will be put into practice. That's your attitude. So we are going to talk more on driver's attitude. And the good thing is that when you are a good defensive driver, it helps. You save life and even save your life too. So let me talk about the good ethics or some positive behavior about drivers. So this positive behavior about drivers is, one, they don't tailgate. When I say tailgating is driving too close to the lead vehicle. In Ghana, they call it bumper to bumper. Don't drive too close to the lead car. If you are driving, you have to leave a gap, and that gap is 2 seconds to 3 seconds gap between you and the lead car. And this thing is difficult for people to understand. But in the simplest approach is, if you are driving the car ahead of you, you must see the tie that touches the road. If you are not seeing the point that touches the road, you are tailgating. In two person who say, "Oh, car no nye bumper to bumper, on bear car now." Make sure say obehu tie it can back tie no, but the back tie na e twa no any road mo say point na e can road no the gap is enough. But say when who's our point, no bumper, the top part of the tire, it means that the gap is too close. Why is not advisable to take it? If you are following the car too closely, and let's say someone cross the car suddenly, the lead car must stop or must press on the brake hard to stop. But if you are too close and you don't see it on time, you hit its back bumper. That is why the law says that don't drive too close to the car ahead of you. This one, driving school will teach you. So anytime there is motion and you are following car, you leave that gap, and that gap will help you. Let's continue. A good differential driver allows car to merge in front of them and allow people to do mistakes. A good differential driver, when there's traffic congestion and a car wants to join the road, is patient for the car to join, but aggressive driver, he will close the gap because he thinks he's on the major road. Please, these are all simple things that we don't do, and this thing contributes to the increments of injuries. Every year people are dying. 2, a good defensive driver must always be alert and aware of the action of all other road users, including motorcyclists, pedestrians, and bicycles. So as a good defensive driver, you must always be alert and aware of the action of other road users, including motorcyclists, bicycles, and pedestrians. That is a good defensive driver. So these are the traits. 1, under point, a good defensive driver is submissive to the driving law set by the country. A good defensive driver is also submissive and nice and respectful to their customers, that's their passengers, and all the law enforcement agencies. Let me share one story, then I'll end. Last time I traveled to Cape Coast. So on my way coming back to Takoradi, I picked a Sprinter. So when I picked this Sprinter, I was in the Sprinter. The gentleman was playing a loud song. So when I got there, the lady beside me was saying that this driver is playing loud song and it's not advisable. These are the things that they do. You see, we are as customers, that we need peace or we need comfort. He is playing the song to his comfort. You have to do this, the volume down. So whilst I was talking to the lady, he said, it's true. Then I boldly told the driver, please lower your radio or your music. The driver lowers the music. We travel like 10 minutes after I told him that. God is my witness. We heard some noise at the back. We heard some noise. So the noise became so loud. The driver has to park. We parked. Then the driver walked back to the back tire. I also joined him there. When we went there, 3 of the wheel nuts has removed. Nuts na tire no 3 eji. Aka 3. Sa 3 no baku munye den. Back 2 are loose. And I asked him, gentleman, what happened? He said when he was about to load, I think he had a flat tire. Then he went to fix the tire. So the organizer didn't tight the nuts or the road nut so tight. And he moved the car without checking. So if I had not built that confidence to tell him that, driver, you are playing loud music, what will happen? So please, passengers, it's time that we take things serious. If the thing is wrong, it's wrong. Don't compromise. Build that confidence and talk to the driver. Driver, this thing that you are doing is wrong. If I hadn't have gotten that confidence to tell him, what will happen? So please, when you pick a car and driver is playing loud song, let him bring it down so that if there is uncertainty or there's some unusual noise, you can hear and you guys will be safe. Please, passengers, we have some duties. Last, I was telling one friend that now a time will come, I'll be educating people that anytime you are going for a long journey, like Takoradi to Accra, Accra to Kumasi, this long journey, please, when you are picking a car, go and check the expiring date of the tire, or go and check the manufacturing date of a tire. Some of their tires are very bad, they have expired, and they are using on the road. When it happens so, when the tire rub the surface of the road for a long period of time, it becomes soft, and when the tire has expired or friction is being generated, and if the tire has expired, the tendency that it will burst is high. So when it hits small potholes, they will burst. So please, anytime you are going for a long journey and you're going to pick any car, please go around and check the manufacturing date of a tire to know that if the tire has expired or the tires are good before you pick the car. Because it's time that we take certain things serious. And if it's bad, go and report them to their heads or those in charge, this transport union, that this car on skill that is on board for people to board and travel, the tire expired, so people are not going to board that. They change the car. Now we take these things serious. Let me go on. The next point is scan. They scan the road at all points. Any move that they make, they scan. Even they scan their mirror every 3 to 5 seconds or every 3 to 5 minutes. They scan their mirror. They watch their mirror and see what's behind them. 2, they identify hazard. They identify hazard and know the one that their potential hazard, their real hazard, I've forgotten the last part. So please, you need to identify hazard to see that do you have to stop, do you have to slow down, do you have to continue going the same speed. You need to identify hazard on time, and you need to predict which one will be hazard, which one will be hazardous, and you need to decide on time. If you want to make overtaking, you want to overtake a car, you need to decide as early as possible that this time there is safe, so let me move, because when you delay, the gap closes. So please, all that I'm saying is that we must all be a good defensive driver, and defensive driver is submissive to the law. Is more knowledgeable about the driving and the road sign, and safety is his priority. Thank you for watching this video. My name is Ernest, the instructor. I'm in Takoradi. Don't forget to watch my next video. Have a nice day and God bless you. Bye bye.